headquarters 771791.
Welcome to this week's edition of Dispatches from Shed Quarters. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jason.
And we're recording a show right now.
Yes, we're actually recording video.
So I'm not sure where that one's going to land just yet.
Yeah, but if we're going to make this a regular thing, then we're going to have to, first of all, going to have to do my
Pretty
hair.
ourselves up.
I didn't do my makeup today.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, what do you cry? Oh.
Yeah, not messing
Is that
around.
your last one?
No. I got 3 more in the fridge.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
for those
keep
of you not watching the video feed,
this is an involved process. So
this is one of Mike's favorites.
Yeah.
It is the cherished Sons of Kent Mammoth Stout.
so good.
Which, right off the bat, you know it's something special because they wax dipped the tops of the bottles.
It's the ultimate child proofing of.
Yeah, you had to pull out your friggin', one step down from a Rambo knife to hack the thing open.
Don't judge me.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
Especially when
that's
I'm
the kind
holding
of equipment you need. I know not to judge you when you're holding sharp objects. I learned that lesson long ago, and I still feel it when it rains.
An arrow in the knee?
Yeah.
You made an arrow in the knee joke. Thanks, Skyrim 1914 or 2014.
Hey, I'm playing another Bethesda game now. So
Which one?
Fallout 4.
Oh, how's that?
It's big.
Yeah.
I'm not even that far into it, and it feels overwhelming. Okay, so I finished Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh, you did?
I finished it.
You did
100% across the board, other than the VR missions, because I hate that shit.
Okay.
But all the side missions, everything, I'm not buying any DLC. I just can't afford. I can't afford that stuff.
You can't.
But for the main game, what comes with the original game, I completed everything. All the Riddler stuff, all the side missions.
So who is the main bad guy?
Scarecrow with a character named Arkham Knight, who turns out to be Jason Todd. Joker is around, but he's not around any way you think, because if you're a fan of these games at all, you know from at the end of Arkham City, he was dead. Well, he was dead, but in true Joker fashion, he took steps to...
He cloned himself.
Not exactly.
No?
He infected multiple people with some of his irradiated blood.
Oh, I was going to say Smilex gas.
If it could if it worked, they would become him.
Put it here for product placement.
There you go. Sons of Kent.
Sons of Kent.
So he infected these people, and some of them just died from it.
That's good beer. And my ear just popped, so everything leveled out.
So it was a little bit of a stuffiness.
That's what it was. Yeah, I think so. Well, we're good now.
He infected these people. There was one person who seemed to not be affected at all.
Batman? No. Was it Batman?
No.
Batman?
Batman was infected, you find out, but he wasn't the one not being affected. And even the one that you thought was immune, turns out he wasn't. Big spoiler. But it was really, really cool. And then the whole Batman becoming the Joker aspect.
Wow.
Comes because the Joker's riding backseat through the whole game. Like he'll randomly pop up chitter chattering at you like a hallucination.
It's damn
awesome.
Okay.
It was so well done, and it's Kevin Conroy as Batman and Mark Hamill as Joker.
That'd be terrible.
And it was so good. And then the further he slips
into the Joker craziness,
Joker gets in the driver's seat like once or twice in the game. And then when he comes to the big climax and whatnot, it plays out beautifully. And I really, really, really enjoyed the story of the game.
Yep.
I enjoyed the gameplay for the most part. We finally got to play with the Batmobile. And the Batmobile becomes a friggin' tank.
I remember you were saying that the Batmobile was very variable
because it's the Batmobile, so it's got the rocket booster and all that stuff. Yep. But it would go into combat mode, which basically becomes a tank.
So is it based on the Tumbler from the movies?
Not exactly, but in the combat mode, it is very similar to the look of the tumbler.
Okay.
But it's not exactly, because the tumbler actually is like a skin you can buy for the game as a DLC. But
I can get a
it is
new
very similar.
camera, and then I
Yeah,
I think I can patch it. I've got enough cables.
You just need the right cord to do it.
Just the right cord. Because that's going to bug the shit out of me.
Well, you'll know for next time.
We'll know for
Try
next
it for
time.
next time.
Yep.
Right?
All right.
So yeah, but I enjoyed the game a lot. I would assume they're working on another game.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because the way the game ends, big spoilers, Bruce Wayne's dead.
Really?
Scarecrow, part of the whole thing, the whole big climax.
Yeah.
Scarecrow basically unmasks him
Oh.
in front of TV cameras. So everyone knows who Batman is. And then what you see is like a bunch of reporters, a whole bunch of people outside Wayne Manor, including Vicky Vale. And you see the Batwing come flying in. You see Bruce Wayne getting out. He's still in the bat suit, but no cowl. And he told Alfred, okay, get ready for the Nightfall Protocol. And they go in, and Alfred's like, are you sure, sir? And he goes, it has to be done. And they walk into, and then the mansion explodes.
Oh, but he's not dead.
Obviously not. I think they're doing a variation on the end of Dark Knight Returns.
Yep.
He's going to go underground. Whether he's going to have an army, like at the end of Dark Knight Returns, he had his own army.
Yep.
But that remains to be seen, because there's no elements of that exactly. But the very last thing you see is a couple with their child getting mugged in an alley, very similar to the Waynes. And then you see a shadowy figure on the rooftop.
Dun, dun, dun.
And guys, hey, I don't know if you heard, but Batman's dead. And then the figure stands up and jumps, and then you see the flaming bat symbol, and that's where the game ends. So,
Flaming bat symbol.
yeah, it goes flaming. Like,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so he.
like it's the symbol. It's not not whatever it is.
All right. I got you.
It's just the symbol. It's Batman symbol.
Yeah.
Kind of the end.
And you're just like, no, and you throw your controller at the screen.
No.
Why?
Now,
Leave
I will
me
say,
hanging like
again,
this.
I enjoyed the game a lot. I loved the story. I thought was great. I loved it. The Batmobile stuff was cool, but it does get to be a little much at some points.
Well, it sounds like they had a really cool gimmick, and they just drove it into the
They
ground.
did. They did. And that's, I think, a common criticism that a lot of people have had from it.
Yep.
It is still a great game, but it does get to be a little bit much
too much.
with the Batmobile stuff.
Gotcha.
That becomes, I would almost say, 50% of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, but I still, those games are great to me.
Yep.
So, and now I've moved on to Fallout 4, which is Bethesda again, just like Skyrim, but this is like post-apocalyptic after a nuclear war,
Yep.
all that stuff. And it is huge. It's massively open world.
Yep.
And I'm lost, and I don't want to have to Google stuff. Okay, hey, where do what am I? So I'm trying to just keep it figuring it out on my own kind of thing.
Yep.
But it's a massive game.
Okay.
And it's very, very detailed.
The Fallout games have been around for a long.
I've never played
time.
any of them.
Really?
No, I've never played any of the Fallout.
Have you
series
played
at all.
the Vault game app for your phone?
I did when it first came out. Yeah, I played it for about 2 months and then got bored with it. Mm-hmm. But
It's expanded.
yeah, well,
Big time
yeah.
now, so.
I played a bunch of games that were huge when they came out and then lost flavor. One of them I recently went back to, Pokemon Go.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Landon and Xander. Chris and I have both dove head first back into the Pokemon Go game.
I know this for a fact because what we did last weekend, our trip to Toronto to go see Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
Yes.
There's a Jane
and Silent Bob reboot.
You were just a Pokemon mastering all over.
Not as much as I wanted because I didn't do any downtown Toronto because it was a little too hectic and whatnot.
We were sitting in the back of an Uber
Yeah.
the majority of the time.
Okay, so let's get into the trip.
Okay, all right.
Let's get into that. All right. So all in all, the weekend was fun. It was a good weekend.
Other than your heartbreak.
Other than and I can't complain. I had a great time. I still had the show was awesome. The movie was great. Kevin is fantastic as usual in the Q&A, and I've got stuff autographed. It's not like I don't have treasures.
I got you. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm still going to frame the album. I'm still framing the album. And
do you have your ticket stub?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I put it in with the thing, with the record.
Okay.
So it should be in there.
You can. You said you can get a record frame.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to be looking at that.
Yep.
It just got to give me a couple weeks. But yeah, so that was great. The idea of staying in Burlington and then training in and the Uber and all that, it saved a lot of frustration.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Except for, well, okay. Let's get to.
So Burlington, we train into Union Station in Toronto, catch the Uber, 10-minute drive from Union Station to the theater.
Yeah. Not a problem.
Not a problem.
Smooth as silk.
The show went great and everything. Yep.
Our shoes didn't even get all that wet.
No.
So.
And then we get out of the show. So.
Well, okay. Let's back it up here a little bit.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about Reboot itself?
Sure.
Instead of
let's gush.
Let's talk about the Reboot show.
Okay.
Now, I had gotten the tickets when I first heard that they were coming back to Toronto.
Yes.
And I got specifically two, because I knew I was going and I knew you were going to go. Didn't matter what you were going to be doing. I knew as soon as, because I remember you.
I wanted to go.
Yeah, we talked about wanting to go.
Yep.
And then it was just like, I don't know if it's going to happen or this, that, and the other thing. And then
then all of a sudden you say, hey, what are you doing on February 1st?
Yeah.
This was in September.
Yeah. And getting those tickets, excuse me. I jumped online, Ticketmaster or whatever it was, and I was looking for seats that would work well for us. And I was lucky to get those two seats that I did. And what I ended up, I think, was we were row X.
Right.
And we
on
were
the main floor.
On the main floor in the aisle.
Yep.
And that's what I wanted. I did not want to be smashed into.
No, aisle seats always best.
Yes. So getting those seats, it was just this is going to make this experience so much better.
Yes.
So I book a hotel in Burlington. You were not quite sure about the Go Train Uber combination
because I've never experienced it in Toronto. I've never done Uber. Period.
Yeah.
Go Train and whatnot. I've done a little bit of that with Chicago, taking the L train and all that stuff. So I understand how that goes. Go Train's a little bit different though.
Yes.
That's not a subway. That's just a train.
This is a straight up train. So. The Uber, I have never used Uber before, or Lyft, or any rideshare program. So I had to contact my daughter.
Who's an expert.
Who is an expert, and she's a millennial, and this is her wheelhouse kind of thing. So I called her up, and I said, hey, how do I do Uber? And she goes, what? I go, just give me the lowdown. How do I do this right? She goes, download the app. You'll just follow the instructions. And when you get to where you're at, and you put in where you're at, where you want to get picked up. And then you put in where you want to go. And then you get a price spit out. It all depends on the car rating.
Okay.
So I'm just I don't know. This is weird. I'm too old to be doing this new technology. And then that was the first time I had used that. And I can hear Taryn laughing at me now because of my ineptitude of why am I so nervous about this?
Dude, I'm the guy who can't seem to get friggin' gifts to actually paste in Facebook Messenger. I can't. I go to Jiffy.com or Giphy.com, whatever it is, and I copy stuff and I put it, and it's just a fucking still. It's not the moving picture. It's not. I can't get it to fucking work.
It's just, I don't know either.
You're ahead of me on that one.
I don't know if I'm an early adapter of a lot of this stuff, but I just throw caution to the wind sometimes and
click, click, click.
Yeah, see where this gets us. And for my first experience using an Uber, getting to the theater, the Queen Elizabeth Theater, was smooth as silk.
Yep.
They said the only big thing is trying to locate your ride.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
that's,
you know what kind of vehicle, and you know their license plate.
Yeah, so
But
you just
when
got
you're
to
in
keep
a busy city like Toronto.
Oh yeah, especially
all
at
the
Union
cars start
Station.
to look the same.
Yeah, especially at Union Station, where it's
then
nothing but traffic.
You don't know what direction they're coming from.
No, and it would, like I said, there's that little bit of confusion.
Yes.
So, but kudos to the drivers because they tend to call you and say, "I'm here. Where are you?" And then they'll talk you right into the back seat kind of thing. So that makes life that much easier.
Yeah, the first Uber ride at Union Station, he was coming from the other direction, so we had to get across the street.
Yeah.
And worked out.
So
we found him.
Froggered our way across the street and just, easy enough. Get into the theater. So we stood outside for a little bit. And
because they didn't open the doors until like 20 minutes before showtime, I think.
Was it 20 minutes before
about
showtime?
20 minutes, I think. I don't think we were in the seats that long before the show started.
3 drinks worth. But that's neither here nor there, so...
It's not like they were massive drinks.
The second round that I bought was. So
yeah, you bought doubles.
I bought doubles, yeah. So, but the getting into the
I know
theater,
I was feeling it a little bit.
Well, you should have because she was... I did the right thing. I tipped heavy on the very first one, and she remembered. Mm-hmm. And then when I went up for the second round, I ordered 2 doubles. And she goes, okay. And I watched her, and I was like, oh, you are so good to us right now. And then she just like topped them off with a little bit of color from the Coke. Thank you very much.
That's about all it was, dude.
Yeah,
I remember.
just a little splash of color.
Stronger than I usually go for, so...
I know because I remember I handed you your second drink and I just watched and I'm going.
That's why you kept looking over at me. I thought you were feeling anxious or something because I know how you are with crowds and it's not your thing a lot of times. So,
okay.
So I thought maybe you're just feeling a little anxious.
No,
okay, that explains it. How was your entertainment? Your pre-show entertainment.
I did get pissy at this one dude because I think we were by the merch table and I was getting to go into the flow of traffic to get into the seats, and this fucking dude hip checked me, and I had just gotten a fresh drink and I spilled a bunch of it. And I'm just like, I look at him, I'm like, motherfucker, did you have to do that? You saw me, you could have just moved over a half a foot, but it was like, oh, I'm in the go lane, and it's just like, God damn, really? You gotta.
But then you remembered you're at a Kevin Smith show, and there's no room for aggro at a Kevin Smith show.
No, there's definitely no room for aggro because I've seen some of the security guys that were working that. I was like, substantial. So,
well, it's a big star.
Yeah, absolutely. You need security of that magnitude for Kevin's magnitude. That didn't work out very well.
We'll blame the mammoth.
Yeah. Good mammoth. Keep up the good work. Well done.
Kind of remember the cameras there. We got to play to the camera a little bit.
Alfie Doug, good job. Our seats were really good. I enjoyed.
That's the second time we've been to that theater. At least the second time I've been to the theater. I don't know if you've been there for anything else.
Why would I go to that?
And I don't think there's a bad seat in the place.
I would hate to be okay. The problem with those seats is you can't scoot by the people.
No, they're very close. They're very tight.
If you are in the middle of that row,
you're planted.
Yeah, as I said, you better get your drinks and go pee before you plan on doing anything, because if you got to get up, the entire almost like
everybody else has to get out because you can't step over.
No,
room.
like they have to get out into the aisle.
Yeah,
and it's like it's tight. It's really.
If they try
tight.
to step like in front of your feet, there was a bar or something for the seats in front of us.
It's a weird setup with those chairs. It's
really odd,
which sucked because my ass was sore. After the end of that.
That to me is old school theater seating right there. That's the way I feel seeing anything at the Capitol. Their seats get very uncomfortable.
Yes,
because it's classic theater seating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now go to Cineplex.
Then you spend the extra bucks.
You don't need prime seats. The regular seats are like
prime
lazy
seats
boys.
are the best seats.
I'll take your word for it. I'm not spending the extra money.
Do you know what you do? Here's the secret.
Just sit in it. I could have sat in a prime seat easily.
Oh yeah, you just wait.
Yeah, last night,
and you look
so.
around and it's like, hey, there's nobody here, and you just like, yep, I'm upgrading myself to prime.
Yeah, Brent and I could have easily moved one because we sat right behind prime seat.
Yeah,
we could have easily moved one aisle up and been in there. So yeah, we went and saw Birds of Prey. And the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. That's the full title.
All right, but we're not talking about that.
We're not going to talk about that.
No. So, Reboot. The movie itself, it was a love letter from Kevin Smith to Kevin Smith and his fans.
That's Kevin described it. It is the biggest Kevin Smith fan film made by the biggest Kevin Smith fan there is, Kevin Smith himself.
Yeah, that's about that is the proper way to talk about that. That's the only way to talk about that. Yep. So that it hit every mark that I expected it. It was right in. It had all the Smodcast, all the Tell 'em Steve. It had all the View Askew, anything, all the Smod network.
The Smod family.
Smod family.
Family, literally.
I
asked you. You could clearly see his mom in the crowd at the Chronicon, and that was his brother sitting next to her.
Yes,
because I don't think I've ever seen what his brother looks like. So
I don't think he's ever. I think that might be the first time.
Well, they don't see each other a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I was assuming it was his brother, but I've never actually seen what his brother looks like.
I assumed it was his brother. It would make perfect sense for him to bring one of his brothers on. So,
if it wasn't his brother, it's somebody else that's close to him. So,
his mom is right in there like a dirty shirt. So, good.
Which is a throwback to Clerks,
the milkmaid.
Yep.
So it's like I said, everything came full circle.
Yep. They referenced so much. It's sad to know what they had to cut.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get Will Ferrell. Which, if you read, he described on Twitter what Will Ferrell's part was going to be. And it was Marshall Willenhall, but he wasn't a marshal anymore. He's like head of Homeland Security or something like that.
When at the end of it, at the end of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Willenhall has become FBI.
Yes.
So
according to a tweet from Kevin, he was going to be like Homeland Security.
Perfect. So, that makes perfect sense. The only thing, there was a couple things that I was watching or reading and talking about that, and they're talking about, this didn't make sense. And I'm going the only thing that really didn't jive with me was Rosario's character. Because she had a big part in Clerks 2. She had a huge part in Clerks 2. And they didn't use that.
No, because we only saw Dante at the store.
Yes. But when you leave Clerks 2, you have Anderson, you have Rosario. So why didn't they play that up?
I'm thinking, I don't know. She wasn't in it much, so that was probably a one-day shoot for her, 2 at most.
Yeah.
So maybe she was too busy to do anything more. And if you were going to bring her back in as... what was her name in Clerks 2? Becky.
Yeah.
If you're going to have her back as Becky, it would have been more, and that maybe the scheduling didn't work out for that. So you just have her as this extra different character.
I would say
very, very much so. Yes, and that's a whole lot of hotness for a lesbian couple. Come on now, Shannon Elizabeth. I'm
fine with it. Yeah,
Shannon Elizabeth and Rosario Dawson. Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yes, we're the dirty old men. Okay, get over it.
Well,
look, I've said it since I was a teenager that my one and only true life's goal is to become a dirty old man, and I am well on my way to that.
Attaboy.
Unfortunately, I still have the filter that prevents me from showing it. And I could show it a lot, but I would not be employed where I'm at.
Or you'd be allowed backstage anymore.
I wouldn't be allowed backstage. I quite possibly would have been arrested by now.
You would have been alienated by your son.
Yep. My whole family.
The whole family. Yeah. Living in a box.
If I'm lucky.
Van down by the river.
Hey.
What?
That could happen.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
That could still happen.
A lot of people are doing that now. Anyways, back on track.
So you weren't feeling Rosario's cameo.
It fit, but I'm just going like, okay, you could have pulled.
You wanted the Clerks too.
I wanted that connection because they made that connection so huge at the end of Clerks 2. And I'm just like, okay, if you're going to give me Rosario, why am I not?
Why you're not getting Becky? Rosario?
Yes. Why am I not getting Becky? If you're going to do that,
but we're going to get her in Clerks 3.
I know, but
at least I hope so.
See, that's the thing. It could not happen.
It's possible that, yeah.
So it makes you nervous now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, because I've not heard any confirmation about her for Clerks 3.
Right. So if this was our last bit of Rosario Dawson and View Askew, I want her as Becky.
I've got a sneaking suspicion she'll be back.
Oh, well, okay. If they've got Anderson back, you're getting
Anderson's the only one that they were besides Affleck, and even that, thanks to this movie, which we got to hear the whole story. That was great.
It was fantastic.
But Anderson was the only one that was trouble for Clerks. Mm-hmm. So the fact that Kevin has convinced him to come back this time,
yes,
like they had it lined up the last time, and then Anderson got cold feet or whatever and walked away. So it fell off while Kevin's rewritten the script, and Anderson, he's convinced him to come back. So we're going to get it. Possibly they're going to film later this year. As Kevin said, they're not sure if they're going to film Mallrats 2 or Clerks 3.
Yeah.
But he's still writing Mallrats 2, so I'd have to give the edge to Clerks 3,
yeah,
right?
because he's got a finished script for Clerks 3. So that would make
it sound like they could jump right to Mallrats 2.
Because you have the available characters. Anderson could be a holdout, and that could be problematic with trying to get that off the ground.
Yeah.
So,
but Kevin made it sound they're all in.
Yeah.
And Marilyn will be back in Clerks 3.
Yeah.
Because he revealed that to her at that special
the
event
table read,
at the Quick Stop.
Yep.
He said, "All right, everybody hold up 3 fingers." And why? What's this mean? Because we're doing Clerks 3 and you're in it.
Yeah.
I
am. You are now. Guess what? You might want to get a hold of that lawyer for your contract. So, no, I want to see it, but to get back to see. There's my new cat.
Oh my God, that is a whole lot of cat fur.
Yeah, he's polydactyl. He's got extra fingers.
Oh no! Please don't touch me.
I call them mittens. For murder mittens.
Gotcha. It's all that cat fur.
He's nice and furry.
That explains why I'm already feeling a little something.
Yeah.
Yeah. A fluffy cat.
Yep. Big old fluffy cat.
Yeah. He's going to kill me.
Yep, probably. So, okay. If you're going to have Justice have a lesbian character as a partner, could you not have gotten... oh shit! I completely blanked on her name. The other girl that was
Ollie Larder,
or Dushku.
See, Dushku was a bitch. I can't see Justice connecting with her.
Yeah,
because Dushku's character was a bitch.
But it could be like the fire and ice relationship.
Their relationship didn't show any signs of that, so I don't see that at all.
All right. Okay.
Maybe with Ollie Larder, maybe because she didn't have much in Strike Back to give us that one way or another.
Yeah. Yeah, but Dushku's character was a little over the top.
Yeah. Plus, she was all about that Italian sausage pizza.
Refreshing. And it gets you fucking hammered, too.
There you go.
Nice. Keep that in mind.
Again, they've referenced so much of the View Askew universe.
Yeah.
And again, it was sad no Mosier.
Yeah.
But Mosier was busy being a real director, as Kevin put it. So,
to me, I know this is gonna kind of sound sacrilegious, but
sacrilegious. I don't think that's a word.
No, it is now. It'll be
all
fine.
right.
It'll be fine.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, we'll fix it. We'll fix it in post.
Okay,
but
it's so sacrilegious.
Yeah, but when I listened to Smodcast,
yeah,
I got more laughs out of Mosier than I did out of Kevin.
Yes,
and to me, Smodcast has gone down a step because Mosier is gone.
I would agree.
So
I would agree, and I love Kevin. Don't get me wrong, I love Kevin, but Mosier had a bit of a, I want to say almost a deadpan delivery.
Yes,
that really balances Kevin's quirkiness.
Kevin's over the top.
Yeah,
where Mosier plays probably you would call him the straight man in that duo.
Yes,
but he's a killer when it comes to dropping stuff.
Oh yes,
like he'll have something come up, and all of a sudden Mosier comes out of nowhere and just carpet bombs the entire podcast for 5 minutes, and it's just like, where did that come from? That was so hilarious.
Yep.
And I miss that. I really do miss that part of Smodcast.
But he's made a career. He's finally reached the heights in the career that he's been trying for 20 years.
Yeah.
So can't fault him for it.
No, you can't. You
good
can't.
on him. You know,
it would have been nice to see him involved in Reboot somehow, but
especially if they would have done what Kevin talked about in the Q&A. So in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, the end credits, I think, it's during the credits, I think, when Jay and Bob are traveling around the country, beating the crap out of people who badmouth them on the internet.
Yes.
So they were going to do an equivalent version of that for Reboot, where they go beating up directors that are making reboots. And Mosier was going to be one of them.
Yes.
So it would have been great if they would have been able to pull that off.
No, I like the callback during the credits where the two kids from Strike Back.
Yes. Now have their own weed company.
Yes.
And
so,
$200, little man.
Yes. So good.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. This movie was totally centered around weed, and it just.
You'd be hard pressed to find a single scene that doesn't reference it or show it in any way, shape, or form. I think pretty much every scene in that movie, there is weed either mentioned or shown.
Yeah.
There.
If you are part of the anti-marijuana,
why would you be watching that movie?
Yeah. Okay. This definitely is not the movie. Like I am by no means a huge advocate for marijuana or whatever. But this is like every scene had something to do with it. And for the most part, every part of it was absolutely hilarious.
But considering that they were using Method Man and Redman's How High kind of as a central reference point.
Yes. And Method and Red cameoed in that. And it was just...
Their outtakes.
Oh, God. It was so good. That's what I liked about this. The outtake stuff, because it reminded me so much of Cannonball Run and that stuff. Those old ensemble movies back in the day where you would get half the screen was the credits. Nobody gives a rat's ass about the credits.
Yep.
But they would run the outtakes on the other side of the screen. And it was just outstandingly funny.
No disrespect to any crew members or anybody involved with the film making of a film, Key Grips, Best Boys, whatever, all those people involved. thank you for all your hard work. You know, I'm sure every single one of you, you know, your thumbprint is in this movie somewhere. Good on you. But give me more of the extra stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
well, you know, the B-roll of Justin Long in the courtroom. So good. And that's a Zack and Miri callback.
yes.
And that, like, he pulled from everything except for Red State.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But Red State's not View Askew, so.
Okay. Tusk wasn't.
Did they reference Tusk?
Yes, they did.
How did I miss that?
No, he talked about it. He goes, yes. He goes,
oh, because they're referencing Kevin's movies, because if they get meta with Kevin playing Silent Bob and himself.
yes.
So, yes, they do get meta referencing Tusk that way. But it's not, they're not referencing Tusk like it's something that happened in their world. That's a little different.
Yeah.
They referenced the real movie because it pertained to Kevin Smith, the director character in the film. That's different.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of meta happens at the back end of this movie when they get to Chronic Con. Woo! Wow. Like, if you were high, you lost the back half of this movie because it was so hard to.
I don't know. I'm gonna be. You've just sold me. I have not watched it again yet. I'm going to be. Okay. I'm going to watch it through a green filter.
I'm with you.
All right.
I'm with you.
I've got one Girl Scout cookie cannon left.
You have two because I still have the one you gave me.
Oh, okay. Well,
we'll have to pick a date.
We need to pick a date sometime soon.
Yep.
And we will revisit Reboot and through a green filter. Ooh.
View and review?
View and review. A green filter view and review of Reboot. Oh, yes, please.
What a disaster that's going to be.
Oh, fuck yes, but I don't care. Oh, yes, this is going to happen. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I talk a lot of smoke. I know. I don't want to get into that shit because I don't want to start crying. But this has got to happen.
Yeah,
got to happen.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna make that happen.
Yes.
Boy.
Did you catch in the credits though when they were Iron Bob?
Yes.
They actually gave credit to the comic book creator who created Iron Man.
Really?
Yes. I can't remember the name. Was it Ditko?
Yeah, Steve Ditko.
Yeah. They gave him credit for that.
They did give him credit.
Yes.
Okay. And you have to. It was a play on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when was it Chris Rock that said when they were doing the lightsaber battles, and Chris Rock goes, George Lucas is going to sue somebody.
Yep.
And then Kevin said the exact same thing.
Marvel's going to sue somebody.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm just like, oh, well
either Marvel or Disney. I can't remember who he said.
I think it was Marvel. I think he said Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
So, Marvel's going to sue somebody.
That's another callback.
Oh, yeah. So, if you are a fan of any part of Marvel or comic books or even View Askew, you're going to get your fan service like there's no tomorrow.
Who do you think of all the cameos or returning people, who do you think got the biggest pop of the night?
Oh,
I think it was Diedrich Bader.
He got a huge pop. Huge pop. Because it led perfectly. Like all the paths led perfectly to Diedrich Bader's security guard.
Yeah. Oh, what a lovely teapot.
Fucking funny.
Which wasn't that the name of like a behind the scenes thing for Jay and Silent Strike Back?
I believe it was. Oh, what a lovely teapot. I think
there's some. I gotta check my DVD. I think there's
I believe
extra
Bader
feature on there.
Ad-libbed that. As much as Kevin hates it when people ad-lib in his movies, Bader just like went, I'm going to drop this. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And it worked so well. So who had the biggest pop?
Oh, right off the bat, of course, the crowd pops for Dante.
Dante got a big pop. Hemsworth got a big pop. That was for the hype that got the build up for that, and we got what we got for that. I'm just like, yeah, that fucking figures.
For bizarre cameos
Yeah.
I put that on par with Brad Pitt in Deadpool 2.
Or Channing Tatum in This Is the End.
Yes. So, I love him.
Get off me.
Oh, that's a movie I got to revisit again.
Oh, yeah.
I have not watched that one for a while now. Yep. Fuck. But the Hemsworth cameo was great.
Okay. So, what did you think of the reveal of Jay's daughter? And they open up the door for the very first time.
It's in the trailer.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I knew it was coming.
I avoided. I think I saw the trailer once, and then
I'd seen the trailer a couple times.
You know, with my brain, the TBI and fucking whatever. Everything else.
I'd seen the trailer a couple times, so I knew that was coming, and it's still fucking funny.
Oh yeah. And then like I said, Harley did a great job.
Okay. She's going to be somebody in Hollywood. Her talent is undeniable. You can just see it.
She's green still.
She's still green, but the potential is through the roof with that girl.
Yes.
Okay, there's no denying it.
I agree with you there.
But this role particularly, she was raised by Jay.
Okay, yeah.
Of course she's going to know how to play his daughter. She's watched the man since she was born.
There was... This role was not created for Harley.
No.
This was Harley.
Yes.
This is basically Harley on screen.
Yes.
And
just
Harley,
acting more like Uncle Jay than anybody else. Which is probably
truer than anything.
Probably.
So, because
Kevin didn't like taking her to things.
No.
She would always he'd say, ask Jay to do it. Yeah. And Jay would take her to like a party or something, or a movie or something. Like Kevin talked about that.
Yeah. So it was fantastic.
Yep.
Like that dynamic worked really well. Mm-hmm. I wonder if we're going to see more of that down the road.
Don't know. We heard during near the end of the Q&A, Kevin's idea for Jay and Silent Bob again, like reboot again, where
with Logan,
yes, who Jay's daughter Logan appears in the movie.
Everybody that was anybody in Kevin's life is in this movie.
Harley's line in the movie about his movies are so full of nepotism or something like that.
Yeah, really?
Well, he's got 3 generations in that movie of his family alone.
Yeah. Yep. And you had the boys. You had Walt Flanagan. You had Ming Chen. You had Brian
Comic
Johnson.
Book Men panel, and then the Clerks panel.
The Clerks panel was fantastic.
Best scene in that movie, in my opinion, that was like for surprises, was the Clerks panel.
Yes,
because it went black and white.
Yes. And, the funny part about that is Jay and Silent Bob walk into the panel in color.
Yep.
You pan to the screen, like you pan to the stage where the panel's at. They're in black and white. The camera cuts back to Jay and Silent Bob. They're now black and white, and they freak out and run out of the hall. And I'm just sitting there going,
"Now, was Anderson on that panel?"
I couldn't tell.
There was so many people on that panel that I couldn't tell either. Yeah. I want to say no. But it's possible.
It is possible.
Because he didn't have to do anything.
No.
Ernie O'Donnell was like the center of it.
So if I want to say Anderson was on that panel, just I'll be
looking for it when we do.
All you have to do is sit in that chair, turn your head, and then nothing. No reaction, nothing. Just
now. We know Anderson has softened. Kevin's made it clear he's back for Clerks 3. But just this weekend, over in Michigan, there was a convention featuring Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson together for the first time ever at a convention to celebrate the Clerks anniversary.
Wow.
Yes.
Anderson's back in big time.
Him and O'Halloran, this is the first time that they've been seen at a convention together in a very long time, if ever. And that happened in Sterling Heights, Michigan.
That close?
Yes.
Damn it.
I only found out about it last week.
So close.
I heard it on the radio. So,
wow.
Yeah.
No, that's huge. That really is huge.
Yep.
So, maybe the future, maybe.
It's going to happen, man.
Maybe.
It's going to happen.
Cool. I'm all right with that.
So, all in all, what's your feelings of the movie?
Okay. I read the news article review that Kevin talked about in the Q&A, that Edmonton reporter that shit all over this movie.
Okay.
And I allowed that to color my opinion going into this.
Okay.
And I'm just like, fuck. Why am I watching this? Why am I doing this?
That explains why you had a little bit of something going on with you.
Yeah.
Going in. Like,
there's a little trepidation.
Your energy level wasn't where I expected it to be.
It was not.
Now, you're not a super energetic guy to begin with.
No.
Okay, you're pretty chill for the most part.
Yeah.
But I'd see, like, Babylon 300?
200.
200 was...
Yes.
Okay, whatever the Babylon show is we went to.
200.
200. Okay.
Okay, that, I knew what I was getting into.
Right.
I was excited for that
Exactly.
one. Yeah.
Big difference from you then to you this time. Your energy level was not there. I could tell, and I wasn't sure what was going on, but I didn't want to pry. I thought maybe, I don't know.
No,
I didn't know what was going on.
This review, I allowed this review to get into my head, and it colored my anticipation of this movie.
That's why I kept my blinders on as much as possible.
Yeah. Even though it was one of these things that popped up on Reddit. So like I'm lying in bed the one day and I'm just going.
That's why I don't go anywhere near that
Reddit
abyss.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say that. I have read a couple things off of Reddit.
Yeah.
In connection to video games and stuff. Sometimes, like in Batman, I was struggling with a Riddler puzzle.
Yep.
And when I Googled it, a Reddit link came up. So I read like one thing off of that. That's the only thing I've ever looked at Reddit.
Get in, get out. Yep. Oh my God, this place scary.
I'm not clicking on anything. I'm just reading it out.
No, and it was, and then watching the movie, it was. I was like, yeah, I like this guy. I like what he does. Mm-hmm. And why? Why did I allow that reporter to take up that much space in my head about something that I actually enjoy? Mm-hmm. And I was pissed off that I allowed that to happen to myself. That, like, why did I do that to me? Because it took me out of the adventure part of it. And I'm just like, oh, that
explains
sucks.
A lot.
And then like I told you what was going on afterwards. And I thought, yeah, Kevin never critiques well.
No.
Critics hate Kevin's stuff.
Yep.
But that stuff, Kevin makes that stuff not for the critics.
No.
It's for me and you and everybody else.
Critics don't matter.
No, they don't. They really don't.
Critics don't matter. What matters is the fans. Do the fans like it? Are the fans paying the money? Yes. Is he making massive bank? No, he's not. He doesn't make blockbusters, but he's not trying to.
No, he's making the movies that he wants to make.
Yes.
For himself and for his fans.
Kevin's got his Jay and Silent Bob action figures, and he's playing with his toys.
Yeah.
And we're along for the ride and loving every minute of it.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Absolutely. And I said, I have to do a better job of not falling into that trap again. It was
I'm
just
guilty of it too. With a lot, like some big movies and whatnot that I'm late to the party watching because of all the hype and whatnot. Yeah. Or, I'll admit when a movie does poorly, I don't go to see it. Even if I was intrigued to begin with, I may not watch it ever or not for a very long time, and then I'm usually kicking myself.
Yeah, I got you about that. It was one of those things where, like, I should have known better. I should have known better because I don't know. I'm still kicking myself about it because I allowed that other person's negativity to color my opinion of something that I enjoy.
Is it Kevin's best movie?
No. Because
but is it a fun movie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Will you revisit it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely. Absolutely.
If you enjoyed it, you're going to revisit it.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
It's that sandbox that I'm used to playing in. Mm-hmm. Kevin's sandbox, he allows us to play in his sandbox. And I think it was because there was so much of a gap in between things. Mm-hmm. And then from not watching a lot of his stuff on my own, and then hearing this article, this person just fucking lambasted Kevin and his fans,
which means they're a pretentious prick.
Yeah. With
no real sense of humor.
No, not at all.
Because the entire movie is a joke.
Yeah, it's set up to be a joke.
Yeah. Affleck told Kevin this. He said, "I get the joke."
Yeah.
He told that to Kevin.
And like I said, it was one of those things where it's just like, I'm disappointed in myself for allowing that to take up that much space in my head, because it kind of colored my weekend. So,
like I said, it explains a lot, and I really didn't know. You mentioned a little bit right after the show. You mentioned that, but I didn't realize how big that had gotten to you.
Yeah, like I said, because I came down on myself because I allowed myself that negative reaction.
Well,
so I was just like, why did I do that to myself? I should have known better.
But you still had the experience.
Oh, yeah.
We still had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. See, everything about that weekend was fun and good, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
We capped it off with Krispy Kremes, man. Yes. What's not to love?
Exactly. So I got to go visit my cousins.
Yep. Interesting people,
aren't they? Though.
Wow.
Something else, huh?
Yeah.
So
she's got way too much ambition.
My cousin Debbie is a creative, and so we were talking.
She's crafty.
Oh.
Good Lord.
She just goes to a thrift store and she'll buy stuff, and then she'll go into her lab in the basement, just like Dr. Frankenstein, and come in like, look at this, and like, holy.
Mom's down in the lab again.
The lights flicker and the electrodes come through the
picture she showed of their house decorations for their Halloween party.
Every year. It's different. It's different every year.
That's insane.
Yes. It's the 7 dwarves that she did. Like, she didn't post the pictures of those, so when they came up on the screen, it was like, holy shit.
Yeah. She did a twisted fairy tale thing, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. So she does that for Halloween. She does that for Christmas. She's probably going to do it for Valentine's Day. This is her thing. Her house is her canvas. Mm. And she gets down in the
big canvas.
There's a big canvas, and she gets
now
down
with working downspouts.
Oh my goodness, that's what you really need. So it was just bad timing.
Yep. But still, that's a frustrating situation when you're living in a home like that. It's one of those developments where they just built.
Yeah.
And they kind of did a lowest common denominator a little bit.
Yeah.
They look beautiful, but when you start looking at them closely, little things, right?
Yeah.
Well, they had, what did they say? All 4 downspouts fell?
Yeah.
And he put one of them back up with Gorilla Glue, and the other 3 had fallen down again. So they got a professional in and found that no screws were used to attach.
That's
You need at least 1 screw per downspout.
Well, you're okay.
I know this.
Yeah, when the people that are building those subdivisions, they're just slapping shit up and moving on as fast as they can.
Yep.
So corners will be cut.
Well, they couldn't take 30 seconds to put 1 fucking screw in each
30
downspout.
seconds means another chimney for another house. And it's just like, fuck, really?
I was this close, though, to asking him, like, okay, so you're in the TV business. So what have you done? Like, who have you worked with? Like, I was going to start just chewing his ear off, and I stopped myself.
I'll tell you, he told me in the summer that he was partying with somebody that you would want to know. Ed the Sock.
Nice.
Yeah. So God damn, that was loud.
Sorry. And the Sock, that's the guy. Man, he was the shit back in the day. I haven't seen him for a while, but
he's coming back.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
The man behind the Sock was partying with my cousins, John and Deb.
That's pretty cool.
And John was going, "Oh, this dude's fast." I
can see that. So when you're playing a puppet character who can be an asshole, you need to be quick-witted. Only it's like Triumph the Insult Comic Dog from Conan. Like, same type of thing. You gotta be quick.
Yep. So yeah. So
Triumph meets Ed. Oh. Crossover event.
You talking about streams crossing? Did you see that picture of the streams actually getting crossed from Reboot?
Yes. Good. How? Like, make that happen, please.
But okay, here's the thing. K. Trevor Wilson was in front row. I just like.
Not for our show though. The late show, wasn't it?
Probably.
Or was he there the whole night?
I don't know. I can't remember. He was there. K. Trevor Wilson, Squirrely Dan, and Kevin Smith, Silent Bob, were there pointing at each other. Hey.
So now I want Jay and Silent Bob to make an appearance on Letterkenny.
Which could happen.
Yes, it could.
With Moose Jaws.
Well, okay. I want Jay and Silent Bob to appear on Letterkenny.
Yes.
My idea for that is Kevin and Jay
open a dispensary,
and Stuart goes to make a connection or something. Or Katie does to go get some supply. Something along those lines.
That stream crosses.
Now let's flip it to the other direction. Moose Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
You have a bar fight. And you just see Wayne and the boys kicking ass in the background of a bar fight.
Yes, please.
That's all we need.
That's all we need.
Yep. You want to give them more? Great. But that's all we need. Just a bar fight. Come on now.
Fucking D-gens from Saskatoon. Oh, I know. I just saw that picture and went, we talked about that. So
quite possibly the 2 biggest pop culture loves in my life today crossed paths.
And you did not want it to happen because I said, what if we did that? What if that happened? And you go, no, we can't cross those streams. Little did we know those streams are crossing regardless of what we wanted. So
and the fact that Kevin knows and flat out says that he likes Letterkenny.
Yeah,
they mentioned it once on Babylon. I heard them mention Letterkenny once. I don't remember how. I don't remember in what context. But once somebody mentioned it.
Jay and Silent Bob has been referenced in Letterkenny.
Yes.
So there was a Boo Boo Kitty Fuck dropped somewhere. I can't remember what season.
Yeah, I'm just going back to season 1 right now.
Yeah.
Slowly, but Yeah, I'll
It's
find
there.
it.
It's
I know.
there.
I remember. I just
So-
can't remember. I can't remember exactly where it pops up, but I know it's in there.
It might have been Stewart with Gay.
Possibly. That really ringing a bell.
Yeah, I think that's where that
I'll find
comes
it.
in. Yeah,
I'll find it. I'm
I would
revisiting right
find
now.
you.
So,
yeah.
but yes, please let it happen. Please.
That's a pop culture meeting of the minds that has to happen.
Yep.
And
Letterkenny's picking up a huge amount of steam in the States thanks to Hulu.
yes.
So,
and between the wrestling references on Letterkenny, WWE wrestlers are all over Letterkenny.
Squirrely Dan has a whole bit of that in his. K. Trevor Wilson has the whole bit about Saturday morning wrestling.
Yeah.
Because he talks about, you come back from commercial and you go, this guy's getting his ass beat because he doesn't even have an entrance.
Yeah, he doesn't
even have a
ring.
full name.
Yeah.
And now in the ring, weighing blah, 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 Scott.
But
He's like, and all you knew is that guy was getting his ass kicked.
you gotta love this enhancement, guys. Look at us gush.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
Yep.
Speaking of late to the party, I've been watching The Expanse.
Yeah, I saw that.
Prime.
You mentioned that 2 weeks ago, and I saw your Facebook post.
Yeah, and
Digging it?
I am really digging it.
And then you just found out that it's a book
It's
series.
a book series. I'm like, fuck, I got to buy 9 more books. So I did find...
That's what you get for reading.
no kidding. No kidding. Damn you.
I don't read.
Damn you,
I had that Kevin
intelligence.
book.
Yeah.
I read the first 20 pages, and that's as far.
The worst part about the Expanse novel is there's a whole bunch of support short stories, novellas,
boy.
and there's a whole list that I just stumbled across. I actually read the very first prequel of The Expanse,
Okay.
which showed up on season 2 of The Expanse.
Okay.
So I'm just like, fuck, I guess I have to stop watching the show, read all the books, and then try and find all the support material that goes around with it. It's right now there's 8 books in the Expanse series.
Okay.
The 9th and final book comes out this year.
Okay.
And
What's the author's name?
it's actually a pen name of 2 different authors.
Oh, okay.
And I can't remember it offhand. S.A. something. Anyways, it's like 2 guys are writing this series.
Okay.
And they're writing under a pen name. Now, I was on Prime, and I was going through, it's got all 4 seasons of The Expanse.
They only have 4?
I guess.
Okay.
So I was just rolling through the season.
Well, it did get dropped and then get picked back up again or something, didn't it?
I believe so. It was on Space or Sci-Fi.
Yeah, it was. I know it was shown on Space here in Canada.
Yeah. So
But I'm not sure where it originated.
probably Space or Sci-Fi in the States, out of the States.
Okay.
So going through all this, at the end of the 4th season, lo and behold, who shows up? Kevin Smith explaining The Expanse,
Really?
breaking down all 4 seasons.
He's been starting to do the whole after show thing
Yeah.
a little bit. Okay, he's kind of stepping into Chris Hardwick's territory
I
a bit.
think he saw the writing on the wall and went, Hardwick knew what he was doing.
Well, because Kevin's been doing that a lot more lately.
Yeah.
Because he did it for Crisis on Infinite Earths, too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. And a lot of people raved about it. I didn't check it out because I didn't want to risk any spoilers at all.
Okay.
So I avoided it.
Well,
I know he did that.
Was that on his YouTube channel?
No, I'm pretty sure it might have been an actual show.
Oh, wow.
I think.
Okay. I know because his YouTube channel is blowing up. And him and Jay are doing what's in the box.
I've watched all those because that's from a few years ago.
Oh, really?
That was originally for Screen Junkies, I think.
Oh.
And then they let them show it, but I think all those episodes are out now because I don't think they did a whole lot. They only did like 15 or 20 or something.
Okay.
I've watched all those.
All right.
Because they were putting them out like one a week.
Yeah.
And I've watched them all. And it was long before Kevin had the heart attack.
Oh, okay. All right. So, I learned
Then
something there.
they've been doing the roadshow videos.
Okay.
But I haven't watched any of those. Again, I was avoiding Reboot spoilers.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's got those videos out there.
Cool. All right.
But yeah, it's since he's wholeheartedly started pushing for his YouTube channel, he's been putting out a lot of stuff on there.
I like
classic Babylon videos.
Really.
Yeah, like old episodes, like from year one.
Smod Castle.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they had like year one episodes.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch a little bit more of that. I was kind of hoping Hollyweed would get picked up again.
Yeah, I never heard anything more on that. I don't know what happened.
It's kind of a bummer. I dug it. I thought it was a fun series, and I said watching.
But they only did the one episode and never saw any more in that.
No.
But they were on that experimental website.
Yeah.
Right? So obviously that experiment must have failed.
He can do that on YouTube, and he's going to make money off of it.
Yeah.
Because people are going to throw ad money at Kevin Smith's stuff. Mm-hmm. So he's going to make money off of that. If he
Caviar Gold would probably sponsor.
Oh, hell yeah. So, yeah, they would be all over. Well, okay. Kevin had the guy that made Caviar Gold a thing on Smodcast. And I'm just like, well, that's going to shoot your stock through the roof.
Did you see the video of Kevin, and I don't know the girl's name, but they were doing the caviar challenge? They had to smoke one entire, and it's one of like caviar one of their top joints. Oh. And they had to smoke the whole thing in like a certain time limit, and they had all these rules.
Yes, I did see it, but I don't think I watched all of it.
I did. It was
good.
Funny. Okay, because even he's like, I don't know if I can do this. He was struggling.
All right, I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
He doesn't like having to smoke on a time limit.
That's I don't have a schedule, so all right, that's cool. Huh. Anything else?
What do you think of the Q&A?
Really uninformative.
I'd never heard the Affleck story before.
No, that was going to come out regardless.
Oh yeah, well, so, all this stuff. If you know Kevin at all, you know he repeats his stories.
Yeah, a few times. I fully believe once they're completely off the road, you're going to get a Smodcast with Kevin and Ben.
Oh yes, please.
So
yes,
I fully believe that's going to happen.
A Smodcast or a Fat Man on Batman? Oh. Fat Man Beyond, whatever it's called now.
I think a Smodcast.
Probably just straight up Smodcast.
Probably be straight up Smodcast.
Oh, please, 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 please let that happen.
It'll happen eventually. 3 questions in an hour is ridiculous.
That's Kevin.
I had more fun watching the girl at the side of the stage with the time cues cards. I was kind of like, yep, this is taking forever. Yep. So he started talking to the dude even before the first dude asked the first question. Yep. And he spent 20 minutes talking before he got the first question.
Yep.
And
that's Kevin.
I know, that's Kevin. And then I could feel you vibrating beside me the entire time.
Yeah, but I didn't want to piss off 1,200 people being that guy.
I know. And I felt bad. I felt so bad.
You didn't need to feel bad. I could have shown a little more balls and did the Dobler thing that I said I was going to do, holding it up, which I did during the applause, but too little, too late at that point.
Yeah, I don't think he would have ever seen you anyway.
Probably not,
because of the way the stage lights were.
Yeah, Yes, I failed my mission, folks. If you're not aware, I was going to try and get my Reboot vinyl signed. I failed in that. They flat out said, don't ask for autographs during the Q&A. So I didn't even get up in line. They were jumping on people who were with their phones out and stuff.
Yeah,
yep.
You could take non-flash pictures.
Yep.
But no
just
video.
Quick and go. That's all that you were okay with.
Said security was all over everybody. If they had because security was looking for video feeds.
Yep.
And they were all over anybody that had a video recording. Mm-hmm. So they weren't taking cameras, but they were telling you to put your phone down.
Yep.
So Yeah, you would have not fared well.
No.
If you had gone up to the front of the stage.
No. So I did fail that. Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, but I can't complain. Like, I still had a great time.
Yeah.
I've got other stuff signed. Like, I'm. It's not like this would have been my first.
And there's still outside chances that it could happen somewhere down the road. So
I guarantee he's going to be back around.
Oh yeah,
at some point.
Yeah, and if that's the case, I will get us VIP tickets. Oof. Because I noticed next week in London is the Letterkenny Roadshow.
Oh, damn!
At Centennial Hall. And they have VIP tickets available.
Oh.
Which gets you a tour laminate, a private Q&A, and a picture with the...
And it's like more of the cast this time, I understand it.
Everybody. Everybody's there. So you've got Katie, Squirrely Dan, Derry, Wayne, Riley Jonesy.
Wayne! Is Jared? Or not Jared, Glenn?
Don't think Glenn's
Jacob
there. But Stuart and Rold are also.
Oh, nice.
So there's that.
That's awesome.
I looked at that and went, ooh, I'm going to go to this. Then I checked the date and went, God damn it. I'm on afternoons. So it's just.
Yeah.
Damn you, shift work. Damn you, shift work. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, well.
What are you going to do? Anyways.
So the show gets done.
Yes, show gets done.
Let's get back to the Uber story.
The Uber leaving the Queen Elizabeth.
Totally different experience.
Totally different. Yeah. Okay. When we went into the theater, it wasn't snowing. When we come out of the theater, it was snowing like a motherfucker.
It wasn't that bad, but yes, it had been snowing.
It was snowing enough that it covered the front license plate of our Uber, and we spent 5-10 minutes trying to track down
a car that was right in front of us.
Yeah, it was like looking for the license plate that was covered in snow.
And we were on the front of them, so we couldn't see the front license plate. But as soon as we went to the there he is.
Yeah, and this guy's like, oh, where are you guys?
Now, okay. Did you notice what happened when we got in the car?
No.
So we get in the car. It's a busy area, right? The theater was letting out. There were other cars there and all that stuff. There's traffic. I said to the guy, so how's your night going? And he just quickly says, please don't distract me.
Okay.
That's why it was dead quiet that entire ride.
No, but my understanding is people enjoy no chatter between driver and stuff like that.
I just asking how his night was. I wasn't going to carry on a conversation or anything. I was just being polite.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Please don't distract me. All right, then.
Yep.
So we had that awkwardly quiet ride home.
I was so fine with that. I was fine.
I felt weird. I felt weird the whole time. I wanted to ask him about the radio station he was listening to.
It was good music. I liked the music.
It was DJ mix stuff.
Yeah.
Of some as DJ mixes go, it's pop tunes, but with different mixes involved. So I heard weird versions of songs that I'm well aware of.
I didn't mind the music.
No, I didn't. But I wanted to ask him what it was. Like, was it a Sirius XM or something? But I didn't want to say anything after he said that.
Yeah.
Now we're on the drive, which again, getting there 10 minutes, smooth sailing.
Oh yeah, the ride back was
30 minutes plus.
Easy. Yeah, because when we were leaving Queen Elizabeth Theater was great. We were one turn away from our destination. The problem with that one turn, it was a left turn. The Toronto Maple Leafs game had just let out the exact same time we needed to make that left-hand turn. And the Toronto police block off intersections.
They block off. They only blocked off in that direction, too.
Because it gets everybody out.
All right, so traffic goes out, but nobody going back in.
You can't go in.
That makes sense. I couldn't understand why, but now that makes sense.
Yeah. So all I remember is he had the GPS map up on his, and
He had two going because he had the phone, he had his Dash version and his phone going.
Yeah, I think the phone one is for Uber itself to track.
Okay.
To track the route, because remember, I got the emails afterwards, and you could actually see the route that we had taken,
which was a weird ass freaking serpentine.
It was straight line, backtrack, straight line.
We had to go like left. Let's say I'm just throwing numbers out there. But we had to go get over 6 blocks.
Yeah.
Then we had to backtrack 3. And then go over 2, then backtrack 1.
It was we stepped our way up to Union Station, and we really never did get exactly where we were supposed to go.
His app wants to take you right to that corner,
right?
But we ended up jumping out like halfway down the block, which one of the entrances was right there.
The main entrance to Union Station that's exactly where we wanted to go.
Yep.
It was just like, thank you, we'll get out here, and he was probably like, good. So too much conversation. So it was getting in there, like trying to get to Union Station. The trips to and from the theater are just like night and day.
Sometimes you'll go on a drive, you'll take a trip. Like sometimes when I go to like Waterloo for Xander or whatever, it feels like, even though it's not, it feels like the ride home is longer or whatever. You ever get that? I
usually find it the other way around.
Well, you know what I mean, right? Yeah. There's like a weird time dilation thing going on, even though there isn't.
No, it's the same amount of time.
Thing?
Yeah,
but no, there was.
Well, okay. Not only did we have to make these course changes, he's also fighting downtown rush hour Toronto traffic as a Maple Leafs game is letting out. So nobody is letting anybody in. And if you want to move your vehicle ahead a foot, you got to fight for that foot.
Yep.
And there's no guarantee
somebody's trying to squeeze in.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised. Like that dude had ice water running through his veins.
And that's another reason why. Okay, I get it. He needs to focus.
Oh, yeah.
I did really get that. It just was weird. It was off-putting when we first got in and that happened. Yeah. But I get it. I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Oh, no. I would have lost my shit halfway through that.
Yes.
So
I would have probably been crying.
I wouldn't have been crying. I probably would have been punching my dash and like wanting to jump out.
Road rage.
Throttle somebody. But that experience right there has cemented the GO Train Uber combination for every time that I go to Toronto from now on, because I'm parking my car someplace out in the suburbs and I'm going to train myself in, and then I'm going to hop in somebody else's car and say, take me here. And then he's going to take me there, hopefully in dead silence. And then I'm going to get out of the car. Never see this guy again.
I just realized the parallels. When Crystal and I went to Chicago a few years ago, we did the exact same thing.
Really?
We stayed way outside of Chicago.
Yeah.
It was an hour L train ride into Chicago.
Same.
It was no different.
No.
Hour train ride from Burlington, hour train ride. Yeah, it was the exact same experience.
Well, there you go. See, and you thought you didn't do it before.
No, I didn't. I totally forgot that it was an hour train ride into Chicago.
Yeah. So, okay. I was really worried when you started to break down the one story about, we took the train here, and then we were taking the train, like the L in Chicago, and they didn't move around nearly as much as this. I'm going, fuck. Now, then you go, I sometimes get motion sickness. I went, there it is. I'm going to get puked on.
No, so. and I felt perfectly fine, but I had one bad experience. My very first time on a train.
Okay.
I was working at Home Hardware, and I was sent to the Kitchener-Waterloo area for some sort of training convention thing.
Okay.
It was a one-night thing. I got one overnight thing.
Yep.
I spent the night at an uncle's place who lived up there, and then I took a train home. And so when you go from Kitchener-Waterloo to Chatham, you have to switch trains.
Yeah,
There's no direct line. So Kitchener to London to Chatham. Kitchener to London, perfectly fine. Not a problem at all. London to Chatham, I was dying.
Really?
I felt so sick, and my head was pounding, and it was awful.
See,
But-
that.
So that worried me. But when we went to Chicago, that was a 4 to 6 hour train. I can't remember how long that train ride was from Port Huron to Chicago. Perfectly fine. I had gravel. I was ready to go. I was ready to knock myself out with drugs. I was perfectly fine.
Oh,
I was perfectly fine on the L train in Chicago. I was perfectly fine on our trip here, Burlington to Toronto and back. But that one time has always left me leery.
Yeah.
Now I do get, I get motion sickness on the city bus sometimes.
because of the swaying.
I don't think it's swaying. I don't think it's actually motion sickness. I've kind of pieced things together thinking about this. I think it's the air conditioning.
Oh,
Because buses and some
Recirculated
trains, they have a weird odor or something to their air conditioning systems.
okay. Yeah, that could be it.
And I think that's what's doing it to me.
All right. Okay, that could be it.
And thinking back to that first train ride when it hit me, that train from Kitchener to London, there wasn't a lot of people. I don't think the AC was needed. London to Chatham was packed.
So they cranked it up. Maybe onto something.
I don't think it's exactly motion sickness. I think it's something to do with the air conditioning of those things.
Recirculated air
Yeah,
or something like that.
that.
Huh. All right. You might be onto something. Scuba gear.
Yeah, free breathers.
Free breather. That might be the only way to do it. Or win the lottery, we'll just like Uber from Chatham to.
Yeah, just riding a limo. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Helicopters.
There.
Yeah. That'll solve all those problems.
Maybe not a helicopter.
No?
No.
Why not?
Do you follow the news?
Oh,
I know fog was weather was a factor. I know.
You really?
And we have no mountains around here.
Right.
So
yeah.
Okay.
If we slam into a mountain here, we've really taken a wrong turn somewhere along the line. So it'll be fine.
So yeah, that was our Uber adventure back from the theater. And then the train ride was fine.
Yep.
Packed more full of people.
Coming back.
Whole
from
lot
the
of Maple Leaf jerseys.
phase, yeah.
And then we couldn't find the car because it was buried in snow.
Oh, I know. I did see your dad concern kicking in because those girls that were sitting in the aisle across from us had nodded off.
Yep.
And you were going, sure. I could see you.
I was.
I was like, don't touch them. Don't wake them.
No. I wasn't
just,
going to, but I was. Yeah, naturally. You're right. It's a dad concern.
I just like,
Don't want to miss in their stop, but oh well. That's what they get for falling
that's
asleep.
right.
Don't drink so much next time.
I don't. Were they drunk?
I don't know.
They
Didn't look drunk.
No, but there was a lot of people sleeping on that train.
Yeah.
So all that light too. I don't know. They must be used to it.
Yep, probably.
So
They're probably experts.
yeah.
I know Tally rides the GO train a lot,
Oh, there you go.
or maybe not a lot, but he's ridden it quite a
Enough.
few times.
Yeah, he's been on it doing enough. So,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Speaking of Tally, both boys are coming home next weekend
Forever?
for a week.
Oh, reading week.
Reading week for Xander in school, and Tally's just taking a week.
Oh,
But he can work from home. So as long as my internet's working, he can still work.
Yep.
I think that's his plan.
as long as they don't try to level your sidewalk and cut your cable again.
Yeah. Well, that ain't happening. If you know anything about Kojiko, that ain't happening.
No, all right.
No. We'll be lucky if the cable line gets properly fixed and buried next year or this year.
Just buy a couple tons of dirt and throw it on top of the cable line.
No, but I want them to actually fix it properly first.
Why would they do that? They're not going to do that.
They need to do that.
Oh, okay, what they need to do and what they're going to do are two different things.
I know for a fact this is after I made my call to them.
Yeah.
I know that they have at least 6 different customers on my street, all affected by this. All of them are now on the burial list. So they're going to have to send their burial team out to really run the line for the entire fucking street.
The Undertaker?
No, it's not that kind of burial. It's where they do the trenchy thing.
Oh.
Usually. There might be a little bit more to
Passchendaele?
it right at the thing. No.
Is it the trenches?
No.
No, okay.
It's not a war movie.
It could be. Go to war with Kojiko. Bury my cable. Fuck you. Pay my bill.
I really dislike Kojiko.
Well, what are you going to do?
Rogers isn't much better, but they at least have some sense of customer service.
No, they
Oh,
don't.
that's me griping. That's a work thing. Let's get off that. There was something else I wanted to bring up to you, and I can't remember what now.
Was it important?
No, not anything important. Nothing's ever important.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thanks for diminishing everything.
I don't know. I can't remember. Damn it.
You know when you're going to remember? As soon as you walk out the door.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Turn the mics back on now. That's not happening.
Damn it. It is going to bug me, though. Oh. I know.
You remembered.
I remembered.
You remembered.
Now, this is actually coming off of Madhouse podcast from last week. 'Cause we talked about fantasy movies and whatnot.
Yeah.
It brought up an old movie that I used to remember fondly from my childhood that I decided to revisit. And I just finished it this morning.
Willow.
The Barbarians.
Ah, nice. The Barbarian Brothers are awesome.
I have not seen that movie
In
30 years.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
At least 30 years.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hold up.
Oh, really? What?
Oh, I still love it. Okay. I do want to put that out there. But good Lord, is it
Terrible?
cheesy, god awful.
Oh, yeah.
From the acting to some of the sword effects, the fight choreography, the practical puppetry for the dragon, whose face looked like it might have been an early knockoff model of Jar Jar Binks.
Don't overthink this. Just enjoy it. Why ruin a good
But
memory?
I forgot one thing that when I think about it, it was the one thing that did bug me from it back then, and it still got to me now. One of the brothers, his laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Only way I can describe it, it's like the braying of a donkey. Only much louder.
Awesome.
I'm not even doing it loud enough.
Oh, he just
That was his laugh, and he did it so many times.
blew out everybody's eardrums that are listening to this show.
I was watching it with a smile on my face. Like I was, it's there, but wow. Yeah, it's, I can't even fully describe the actual feeling of watching it because it moves at such a weird pace. It almost feels like...
Don't overanalyze it. Just love it for what it was.
But it almost feels like the whole movie, the whole story was told in fast forward.
Sure.
Because you got this.
Sure. Don't. Just... Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Are you going to watch it again?
In another 30 years, maybe.
Okay, then fine. Just leave it like it is. It's fine. Where it is. It's fine.
There is another movie of that same genre, though, that I was loved just as much from back in the day and totally forgot to reference it on the Madhouse last week, but it makes me want to revisit that one, too. Beastmaster.
Yes. I love that
Mark
movie.
Singer.
Yes.
And Rip Torn as the villain.
Yes. And the tiger that they painted black to pretend it was a panther.
Yes.
So awesome.
Kodo and Podo, the ferrets.
Yeah.
And
chewing on the one dude's nut.
Yeah.
That looked like it hurt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Bad times. Bad times.
Yep. Tanya Roberts.
Yes.
And one of her first ever acting roles.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh.
I
got to revisit Beastmaster. And I didn't even reference it on the Madhouse last week. I'm totally failing.
Dropped the ball.
We're doing time travel movies this week.
Oh. So. There really is only one good time travel movie.
Come on now. There's
Time
a lot more. Time Bandits is great. Absolutely.
Done. What?
Back to the Future. Bill and Ted. You want to get cerebral with it? Primer. Fantastic movie.
Time Bandits.
Time Bandits is great.
Midgets.
Yes.
Okay, good.
They win. Yes.
Right.
Time Bandits is definitely near the top of my list for that.
Okay,
Absolutely.
we're done. Time
But
Bandits.
they gave me a homework movie.
Oh,
Interstellar.
Interstellar
from 5 years ago.
Oh yeah. Okay.
With McConaughey.
Yep.
I finally watched it, and yeah, it's another one I'm kind of kicking myself because that movie was actually really, really damn good.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I don't think I ever
who knew
did see
Christopher Nolan could make a good movie.
What? Hit that hack.
Yeah. Yeah, the Barbarians, though. Come on.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I you know what? Like I said, I had completely forgotten about that movie until you just brought it up, and it's like, oh yeah.
Now there's another movie featuring them that I think is getting a Blu-ray release soon. DC Cab.
Yes.
I saw somebody. I'm on some sort of Facebook page that deals with like 80s trash and whatnot.
Yeah.
And when a movie gets a Blu-ray release, they post on there, and DC Cab is getting a Blu-ray release.
One. Yep.
Barbarian Brothers are in that too.
Yep,
that stars Adam Baldwin and Mr. T.
Yep. I was it somebody lighting a fireplace with a flamethrower.
Yes. I don't know the actor's name, but he was on Barney Miller. Oh, that's the only thing I know. I know the guy from. Yeah, he kept the flamethrower from his army days, and he would light his fireplace with it.
Yep. Good times.
This is young Adam Baldwin.
Adam Baldwin was also in
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. The bully.
Oh, Bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I'd have to look at his IMDb to see which one come first, but DC Cab has got to be very early on. It's his first quasi-starring role, really.
Okay, I think Bodyguard was probably one of his first because it was so long ago.
Yes, yeah, because that also starred Rudy from Meatballs.
Yep,
he was the kid who hires the bodyguard.
Yes. Yep.
Or is it My Bodyguard? I think it's My Bodyguard.
The Bodyguard?
No, the Bodyguard is the Whitney Houston Costner movie.
Yeah.
My Bodyguard, I think, is the movie with Adam Baldwin. I remember I watched it quite a few times as a kid. It was popular.
Fantasizing about, I wish somebody would protect me.
Yeah. I got picked on. Yep. Made me the wussy man that I am today. It's so true. But yeah, it's, I know these movies are god awful cheesy, but
it's what shaped your childhood.
It shaped my childhood. And some of these movies I have not seen. Like, okay, it was 30 years for Barbarians. Yeah. It's probably been longer than that for DC Cab.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Now, the only thing that makes me not want to revisit DC Cab,
you're not going to be able to see DC Cab very easily more than once back in the day.
Yeah.
So to say, I didn't watch a whole lot of DC Cab is just like, no, you wouldn't be able to.
Movie Network and whatnot would show it ad nauseum, and I did have I think I might have had the VH. My dad might have had VHS or something at one point.
Wow.
I can't remember exactly, but
those are worth like thousands of dollars back in the day.
Yep. There is one person in DC Cab that recent events make me almost not want to revisit it. Just out of spite because he's an asshole.
Okay.
Bill Maher.
Oh, all right.
Bill Maher still doing his early stand-up long before he became the political jokester guy, and long before we found out that he was a real fucking douchebag, prick, asshole, jerk, fucking cockstain. I don't know what else, whatever other bad name you can think of.
Say it like you really mean it. Just hold back.
Bill Maher's a fucking dickhead.
Wow, there it is. Sorry, Bill Maher.
Fuck him.
Wow.
And
come on.
Yeah, fuck him.
Come on.
Fuck him and everything he stands for.
All because of Stan Lee?
Because of his comments about Stan Lee and comic book fans in general. He's a fucking idiot. He's irrelevant. He's completely irrelevant because he's been outshined in a genre that he was kind of a forefather for, and he's been surpassed in it, and now he's bitter. So he's going to lash out at what could be the low-hanging fruit, which is the most popular of pop culture phenomenons out there right now, comic books. So because he's irrelevant.
You know he's a troll, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But he's still an asshole.
So he's a troll, and you're falling for what the troll does.
Yep. I want to kill the troll.
Wow. Whoa.
Slay the troll.
Allegedly.
Slay the troll.
Allegedly.
Slay the
Come
troll.
on now.
Trolls need to be slain.
Wow. Somebody get this man a fucking puppers.
If only the liquor store had some.
Hold on.
Believe me, I keep checking.
Here.
No.
Try that on for size.
Nope. No, I'm good.
Come on.
Nope.
Do it.
No. Alcohol's just going to make me angrier.
Yeah, that's true too. I'm going to get that out of here. Oh. See what else I got. Oh. There we go.
Oh, I got to drive, dude.
God damn. You are high maintenance.
I do want to try that stuff at some point, though.
All right. Anyways, let's get out of here.
All right.
So,
are we good for time? Like
hour and a half.
Okay.
We're there. We're there.
Good. We gushed. We told
did.
our story.
Yeah, we did our thing.
Yep.
We cheap plugs.
Yeah, and sorry if this wasn't all that. We'll work on this. This is work in progress.
Give us a chance to get some correct equipment. I think
I can bring the puppets. I haven't started anything with that experiment, so I can bring puppets if you want to really up the game.
Oh, we'll talk.
Here we go. We record the pod.
Yeah.
And then we record puppets like they're doing the podcast.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
Stay tuned.
Don't hold your breath. So, what have I done?
One thing. The Rumble.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they caught a lot of shit for the camera work.
Yeah.
Particularly for Edge's first spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had another angle.
They did.
And that's the version that you see now when you see it out there. They were able to fix that with a different angle.
Well, good call. Good idea. Just don't take the camera off the guy.
They do it twice.
Yeah. Like you said, the camera work sucked. They were missing stuff all over the place. But that's par for the course.
Yeah, but I saw something a few days ago that they had another angle and they've edited that in so that you can actually see it now.
See what everybody's going crazy about.
Yeah.
So, speaking of going crazy, thanks for stopping by Dispatches from Shed Quarters. This has been Mike.
And Jason.
We will talk with you next week.
But wait, there's more.
No, there is not. Peace.
Bye.